Hey yo, I just refreshed my timeline and said, ain't no way. Because somehow, some way, 50 Cent is beefing with not a SoundCloud rapper, not with a podcaster, not with Ja Rule, but with LL Cool J. Yes, the man whose abs had their own fan base. The man who's made love song and battle rap. The man your auntie still calls fine. And the beef is over one thing. Who wrote the hook to Paradise? This ain't no Glock versus Glock. This is pen versus memory. So LL Cool J is doing OG interviews, and he goes on the Shannon Sharp podcast, and he's sitting back like, back in my day, let me tell y'all something. These kids don't know. Then Paradise comes up. And now if you've been outside long enough, you heard the rumor that young 50 Cent, broke, hungry 50 Cent, was writing hooks like rent was due tomorrow. So people been saying for years, yo, 50 Cent wrote the hook for Paradise. LL hears this and basically goes, nah, he didn't write it.
Paradise that they said 50 wrote for you, 50 Cent wrote the chorus, bro. But you heard that too, right? Of course I heard it. Okay. He wrote the chorus. If you not, we've been through this before. Acting like the elves can't bag him no more. He ain't write that shit. That's you. Of course. I mean, at the end of the day, listen, man. You know, anybody who, you know, if you feel that way, then, you know, there's a lot of ways to find out. You know what I mean? So, you know, if they want to go there and we really want to fake, like if you think that I've been rapping since 8 years old using ghostwriters, like, you know, if y'all really that... Hold on, you trying to get down with the verses? I mean, hold on, you like that? Hold on, you really trying? Well, the verses can't prove none of that. What I'm saying is... Oh, you might just write down. I'm saying, like, however you want to do it. Like, if you don't want to sit somewhere and write, so we can do that. And let's just see how it goes. Like that's my challenge. So you can talk they can talk all that bullshit they want. Bring the pen and the pad, turn the cameras on, turn the beat on, let's sit in the studio together, never cut the camera, leave it on. How long we getting? It don't matter.
Now 50 Cent sees this and goes into full History Channel mode. When you say you didn't write that to 50 Cent, you might as well ring a doorbell label petty. 50 Cent hops online immediately, not yelling, not wilding, but with that calm, dangerous tone like, nah, we ain't doing that. 50 Cent ends up reposting a clip of the interview and writes the caption, "This was wild when I saw LL say this. I felt like someone punched me in the stomach. I did this joint, then 13 other joints. This is why I don't work with." Then he writes another comment and says, "I'm never working with him again." 50 Cent basically remembers this hook clear than his own birthday. And you can tell this ain't jokes to him. This ain't Instagram comedy 50. This is let's correct the textbook 50. He then posts to his Instagram an old clip where he was talking on Apple Music last year.
I'm gonna say this with humbly, but I really mean this. I think one day people are gonna wake up and realize that LL Cool J is the most important rapper that ever existed. I truly believe one day people are gonna say that. They're gonna say, yo, they're gonna look and they're gonna say, wow, when it comes to the jewelry, this is the guy who introduced all the diamond and the ice and the champagne. They're gonna say when it comes to the love songs, this is the guy who introduces the love songs and all the love shit. When it comes to the bad boy vibe, they're gonna realize, oh, this is the guy who introduced all the rebellious bad boy vibes before it was done. When it comes to the GOAT terminology, they're gonna say, yo, this is the guy who came up with the GOAT stuff. They're gonna say when it comes to Def Jam, wow, this is the first artist that was on Def Jam. They're going to say, wow, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When it comes to the solo artist, going to say, wow, this is the first solo artist to take it all the way around the world.
And he wrote the caption, "I changed my mind about this guy. I was a fan, but he doing corny. I was trying to help his ass. F all that mama said knock you out. Get the strap." Then he writes another comment and says, "I ain't got no beef. I'm just never effing with him again. I think this shit he said was whack." Now listen, let's be honest. LL Cool J talking is like your dad correcting you mid-story. You be like, yeah, so then, and LL be like, that's not how it happened. And some fans felt LL was low-key sunning 50. Not aggressively, but in that calm OG way, like, relax, you didn't do that much. And the crazy part, LL wasn't even being disrespectful. But sometimes respect hurts more than disrespect. Because LL talking like you was there, just not like that. And 50 hearing that like, oh nah, this man trying to erase me like a bad mixtape. Now the internet did what it does best. Absolutely nothing productive. One side was like LL has no reason to lie. That's his song. And 50 be claiming everything. Next he gonna say he wrote Thriller. Other side was like 50 been writing since diapers. Everyone stole hooks from him. LL just don't want to share credit. And nobody is saying either one is lying. They just saying somebody lying, but politely. And let me tell you all why 50 ain't letting this slide. Because once the narrative becomes 50 really ain't write that, next thing you know, he didn't write his hooks, he didn't master G-Unit, and he didn't get shot 9 times. 50's entire brand is intelligence, strategy, and pen game. You can joke about his trolling, you can joke about his movies, but questioning his pen, that's like questioning LL's ladies man era. You just don't do it. Now let me calm y'all down. This is not diss track, street beef, verses. This is 2 rich men, 2 strong memories, 2 egos that refuse to blink. Honestly, this is what happened when nobody in the room is broke enough to let it go. So I gotta ask y'all, did LL Cool J low-key OG tone 50, or is 50 rewriting history like it's Wikipedia? Either way, this is hip-hop heritage beef. No shots fired, just words and pride. Drop your thoughts in the comments, let me know what y'all think, and make sure you subscribe. And if this escalates, you already know, we outside. Keep it locked.
Shots, I like to be worked up a little bit. So this is kind of like how I loosen up. I just hit the mitts, and it just keeps me loose, keeps me relaxed. Don't be running up on me in the street talking about you on shadow box and all that, when my bodyguards will crush you. I don't want to fight, you know what I mean? But this is how I stay loose, be on the real. And, you know, I just think it's fun. This is my training scooter. That's how we get down.
This is hard to say. I wanna make sure I go about this in the right way. Lately I've been busy a lot, and I know you don't feel appreciated. But I used to tell you that your hair looked fly. Kiss you slow and stare in your eye. Now I talk real foul and slick. Every other sentence that you make me sick. Back in the days I was a #1 pick. Now your heart's half broken. That's hard to fix. I had to dig deep inside myself. I can't see you bouncing with somebody else. It's a long journey back to the place we was when I was too embarrassed to admit I was in love. She was my good girl and wouldn't give it up. I can't let her self-destruct. Always forever. Hey, see you too.
Hit it. What if it's sick?
Hello! Uncle, good morning. Uncle El, so I want to know, so Joe Budden recently tweeted that the life expectancy of artists is going downhill. How do you feel about that?
Much love, y'all. Depends on us.